Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
All persons not entitled to privileges of the floor under the rules of the Senate must now vacate the chamber.
Please rise for the invocation by Pastor Paul Hamilton, Heritage Church, Shelbyville, Kentucky, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. And the pastor is a guest of the senator from Shelby.
Let's pray together. Father, we pause a moment in this place, Lord, to acknowledge you, that you are the King of kings and the Lord of lords. And Lord, you reign in heaven and you reign on earth. And Lord, with you there are no accidents. And you have appointed these men and women for this time and place, Father, to govern. And Lord, we just acknowledge you, but we also ask of you to influence this governing body today. Lord, that you would give wisdom, that you would give understanding, Lord, of your will and purpose as these decisions are made. And God, I ask for your favor to be upon all that is done in this place. But Lord, most of all, we want you to be glorified, not only in our own lives, but in this state of Kentucky, this Commonwealth. And Father, we just acknowledge you. And we thank you for the opportunity we have to serve you. Lord, may we be found faithful in our time and place. Lord, we thank you for these things. May your grace and mercy and your blessing be upon this place. In Jesus' name we pray to you. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Givens. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemus. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers.
Aye. Here.
Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Carpenter. Any member seeking recognition to answer the roll? Seeing none, there being 37 members present, a quorum is declared. The Senate's authorized and prepared to do business. First order of business would be excuse of absent senator. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the absent senator be excused.
Without objection, the absent senator is excused. Next order of business is approval of the journal. Senator from Taylor.
President, I move that the journal from Wednesday, March the 11th, 2026 be approved as written.
Without objection, the journal from Wednesday, March 11th, 2026 is approved as written. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, thank you. We welcome all of our guests that were visiting the Capitol Annex today. We had quite a few students who were there, being an education meeting took place. We also welcome those that are watching us online as well as live on KET or watching from the Annex viewing room today as we conduct day 45 of this 6-day legislative session, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator from Taylor. Before we go into our calendar of business, Chair would recognize the Senator from Grayson.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Clerk of the House is here to communicate with our Senate.
Mr. Clerk.
Mr. President, the House has passed House Bill 468, 619, 654, 727, 757, and 776, and respectfully request concurrence of this honorable body.
Thank you, sir. Now we'll continue on with our regular business. Mr. Clerk, we have a few bills that are on the calendar for second readings. Will you please report those?
For Thursday, March 12th, 2026, second reading of bills on the regular calendar. Senate Bill 77, an act relating to ibogaine research in the Commonwealth and making an appropriation therefor and declaring an emergency. Senator Douglas. Senate Bill 149, an act relating to the Office of County Treasurer. Senator Elkins. Senate Bill 222, an act relating to environmental covenants and declaring an emergency. Senator Herron. Senate Bill 233, an act relating to property owner associations. Senator Neal. Senate Joint Resolution 75, a joint resolution directing the Public Service Commission to explore measures that would address affordability and the provision of essential utility services and declaring an emergency. Senator Maiden. Senate Joint Resolution 134, a joint resolution regarding utility fuel adjustment clauses under the jurisdiction of the Public Service Commission and declaring an emergency. Senator Wheeler. Senate Joint Resolution 139, a joint resolution designating Officer Peter Grignon Memorial Highway in Jefferson County. Senator Rocky Adams. House Bill 280, an act relating to health care and declaring an emergency. House Bill 648, an act relating to motor vehicle dealers. And also, second reading of bills on the consent calendar. Senate Bill 147, an act relating to vital records. House Bill 134, an act relating to sexual assault nurse examiners. And House Bill 388, an act relating to prescription drugs.
Mr. Clerk, does that conclude your report? Yes. Those bills and resolutions, having just received their second reading, are now in the possession of the Rules Committee for further action. We now have a report of committees due. Mr. Clerk, would you please report those?
The Economic Development, Tourism, and Labor Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 249 should pass. Senate Bill 324 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 333 should pass as consent. The Education Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 263 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 96 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 555 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 562 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. The Judiciary Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 138 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1 and Senate Committee Title Amendment 1. Senate Bill 251 should pass. Senate Bill 281 should pass with Senate Committee Sub 1. House Bill 366 should pass. House Bill 529 should pass as consent. The Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection Committee has met and reports Senate Bill 278 should pass. Senate Bill 289 should pass. House Bill 364 should pass. That's it.
Mr. Clerk, that concludes that report. All those bills and resolutions having received a favorable committee report shall be deemed as having their first reading and are ordered to be placed upon the calendar. Next would be introduction of new bills and resolutions. Since we are past the filing deadline, would you have any new resolutions that need to be reported?
I have none at this time.
Okay, then the next order of business is orders of the day. Senator from Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. As the orders are displayed before us, I move that Senate Bill 34 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report Senate Bill 34.
Senate Bill 34, an act relating to the transfer of property upon death. Senator Rawlings.
Senator from Taylor.
President, I yield to the Senator from Boone 11 for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Boone 11.
Thank you, Mr. President. There are two floor amendments. So as the primary sponsor of Senate Floor Amendment 1, I ask that that would be withdrawn.
Without objection, and as the only sponsor, Madam Clerk, please show that Senate Floor Amendment number 1 is withdrawn. Senator from Boone 11.
Mr. President, would you please have the clerk report Senate Floor Amendment 2?
Mr. Clerk, please report Senate Floor Amendment number 2.
Senate Floor Amendment 2 to Senate Bill 34.
Senator from Boone 11.
Move adoption.
The matter for the body is adoption of the amendment. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Floor Amendment number 2 is adopted. Senator from Boone 11.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Bill 34 creates a transfer on death deed, also called a TOD. This is a proven common sense legal tool that has already been adopted in 30 states and has made a meaningful difference for families. This legislation would allow a primary residence or a primary vehicle to pass directly to a named beneficiary at death. A TOD deed functions much like the beneficiary designation on a bank account in Kentucky does currently. For many families, a home or a car is the most valuable asset they own. This proposal ensures those assets go where intended, ensuring that they pass smoothly, can prevent displacement, family conflict, and financial hardship. A transfer on death deed allows a homeowner to name a beneficiary who will automatically receive real property at the owner's death, without going through probate and without the need to place the property in a will. Importantly, the owner keeps full ownership and control during their lifetime. The owner can revoke the deed entirely. No ownership interest is transferred until death. Probate can be costly, slow, and confusing. For many families, especially those with limited resources, probate can create unnecessary stress, delays, and expenses at an already difficult time. A TOD deed avoids that process entirely for the covered property. The deed itself is simple. It's a short form that is recorded with the county. There's no court involvement. There's no requirement to hire an attorney. When the owner passes away, the transfer is complete. Mortgages and liens remain attached to the property, so nothing is wiped away. The transfer is complete. Mortgages, a real impact is peace of mind when people need it the most. A TOD deed can reduce potential family conflict. It allows faster and convenient transfer to loved ones. Individuals know their wishes will be honored. It prevents unintended outcomes. It keeps people housed. The transfer has no immediate tax consequences. It is revocable anytime during the owner's lifetime. This helps everyday people, homeowners without attorneys, and families seeking certainty and simplicity. Single or widowed individuals, seniors, and people on limited or fixed incomes can benefit the most. In summary, a TOD is already adopted in 30 states. It's simple, affordable, and accessible. It preserves existing legal protections, such as creditor liens. It reduces court burden, no court proceedings, no waiting time. A TOD is an equitable concept, making basic estate planning available to everyone, not just those that have the means and resources to access traditional estate planning services. A transfer and death deed is a simple estate tool, but it can make a huge difference for individuals and families. So if there's no questions, I would move for passage of Senate Bill 34.
Is passage of Senate Bill 34 as amended. Senator from Callaway.
Speak in favor of the bill, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
I want to thank the senator from Boone 11 for his hard work on this. He's worked on this a number of years and has really been involved in the process, and I appreciated the opportunity to work with him on this. Sometimes we forget up here when we work hard on something and we want it, that we forget that we have to look at other things too, or need to. And having the patience and the discipline to do that is something that, through working through this process with the senator from Boone 11, I've kind of renewed my vow to be better at that too. I really appreciate how he's handled this. He was unfortunately given some incomplete information in doing his due diligence from one of the stakeholders, and I knew this because I was a member of that stakeholder group. And I just want to thank him for working through that and letting them walk back some concerns that they had back into the process when they should have done it at his first request. And for various reasons that did not happen. And I commend him and thank him for the patience and the discipline to let all of that part of the process work out. I think from a practitioner who works in this area a lot, I don't think we can have too many options for people as they work through their estate planning process, and I think this is a good bill that will help a lot of people.
Any other members seeking recognition for the purpose of question or discussion on the bill? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Givens. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers. Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West.
Senator from Bourbon, please cast your vote, then explain.
I vote no, but I wanted to express some of the same sentiments as the senator from Callaway. I really appreciate the senator from Bourbon taking the time, from Boone, to take the time to meet with me, the senator from Bourbon, on this issue and try to hash it out. I didn't quite get there, but I really appreciate the effort of you trying. Thank you.
Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Any members seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote? There being 36 yeas, 2 nays, Senate Bill 34 as amended by Senate Floor Amendment Number 2 is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Bill 97 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, would you please report Senate Bill 97?
Senate Bill 97, an act relating to coverage for prostheses and orthosis. Senator Girdler.
Senator from Taylor.
President, I yield to the Senator from Pulaski for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Pulaski.
Mr. President, would you ask the clerk to report Senate Subcommittee 1 on Senate Bill 97?
Mr. Clerk, would you please report?
Senate Committee Sub 1 to Senate Bill 97.
Senator from Pulaski.
Move for adoption.
Matter for the body is adoption of the Senate Committee Substitute. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute Number 1 is adopted. Senator from Pulaski.
The committee basically what they did, the insurance industry and some of the lobbyists that was lobbying for this, the main change is limiting the number of devices to 3 per affected limb or 3 per year period. The old version, before the bill was started, they only allowed 1 every 3 years. And also includes some language dealing with the deferral defrayal costs at the federal level to allow the bill to still be effective for plans that do not trigger defrayal costs to Kentucky. Kentucky will not be on the hook for any defrayal costs as a result of this bill. This bill was brought to me and the senator from Jefferson 36, my seatmate here, and we have allowed people to get together to get this bill to where the insurance companies would come to the table and be ready to pay for some of this stuff. And so Senate Bill 97 is the Kentucky version to the So Everybody Can Move bill initiative that has already been legislated in about 12 other states. And the goal of Senate Bill 97 is to expand existing, I may have to have a doctor to repeat, like he said, orthotics and prothesis. That third grade education ain't kicked in yet. I'll get on it here. Most commercial insurance plans cover a device for general everyday use, but do not cover the activity specific devices necessary for running or swimming, biking, hiking. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to point out somebody that when you all come in the door out here, Bob Williams has got a artificial leg. And because he's in the VA, he can go and fish, swim, and change those things because he's with the VA. All we're trying to do with this bill is basically let a 10-year-old child, and we had a 10-year-old girl that was in committee. Well, if I bought my grandkids a pair of size 2 shoes today, they can't wear them for 3 years. So this is what this has brought to the table. You know, the physical activity where they can be able to get more devices or devices that would be able to have them to be in a baseball game or a sprint. So Senate Bill 97 will help Kentuckians with limb loss or limb difference live healthy and active lifestyles and participate in activities. And I do want to thank, I really do, the health insurance people that got to the table that agreed to this bill with this committee sub. And so if there's no comments, I move for passage of Senate Bill 97 with the committee sub 1.
The matter for the body is passage of Senate Bill 97 as amended. Seeing no one seeking recognition or wanting to make comment, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Givens. Senator Herron. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Senator Maiden. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Senator Nunn. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Senator Richardson. Senator Smith. Senator Stivers.
Aye.
Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Seeing no one seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their votes, there being 38 yeas, no nays, Senate Bill 97 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Bill 100 be taken from its place from the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report Senate Bill 100.
Senate Bill 100, an act relating to the Energy Planning and Inventory Commission declaring an emergency. Senator Mills.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I yield to the Senator from Henderson for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Henderson.
Mr. President, Senate Bill 100 has a committee sub. I'd like to ask the clerk to call that.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report Senate Committee Substitute Number 1.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to Senate Bill 100.
Senator from Henderson.
Move adoption.
Matter for the body is adoption. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute Number 1 is adopted. Senator from Henderson.
Mr. President, we created the Energy Planning and Inventory Commission in 2023 to monitor Kentucky's power supply. It tracks our power plants, forecasts future demand, and makes sure Kentucky has enough electricity to keep the lights on and to support new economic growth. In the last year, EPIC has completed its first retirement analysis. It's reported to the legislature, and it has launched the first ever independent inventory energy dashboard on a public website. When we created EPIC, the goal was simple. Kentucky needs an independent, honest voice on energy. Not utilities, not regulators, and not Washington, D.C. telling us what to do. A Kentucky agency built to answer one question: do we have the power we need to grow in Kentucky? We are building EPIC around these three pillars. Number 1, understanding the future demands. Number 2, assessing our fuel and generation supply. And number 3, analyzing transmission infrastructure. That is the foundation of a real energy plan, Mr. President. The end goal is for EPIC to be the go-to resource for an independent, data-driven analysis of Kentucky's energy future. Not just reviewing what the utilities have filed, but proactively telling the legislature and the public where we stand and where we're heading in Kentucky related to energy. So what does this bill do, real quick? It makes EPIC more independent. The governor can't touch its structure, its staff, or how it spends its money. EPIC remains connected to the University of Kentucky and will continue to draw on its technical expertise. UK will handle administrative supports like payroll. The bill just makes it very clear that the people making energy decisions are energy experts and industry experts. Mr. President, the bill does include an open records exemption because EPIC will be receiving, evaluating, and discussing highly confidential and proprietary information that they receive from utilities that are work papers. Finally, two board seats move from the governor to the attorney general so that there's less politics in the room when we are making decisions about Kentucky's energy future. So why does this matter? Because Kentucky needs more power, not less. Big employers are coming to Kentucky every day, and they need electricity. We need an agency that tells us the truth about where we stand without anyone putting a thumb on the scale. Mr. President, I'd be happy to answer any questions about Senate Bill 100, but if not, I would move passage of Senate Bill 100 as amended by Committee Substitute 1.
The matter before the body is passage of Senate Bill 100 as amended. Senator from Fayette, 13.
Speak briefly against the bill, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Thank you. Mr. President, most of us here in this caucus are very much a believer in the all-of-the-above approach toward energy. We recognize that this Commonwealth at this particular time must be able to provide energy sources from all parts, whether it be coal, natural gas, solar, wind, nuclear energy. As a matter of fact, many of us have voted in support of the bills passed by the senator from McCracken regarding the push for more nuclear energy in this area. So this is our position, or I should say my position today against this bill has nothing to do with any particular type of energy. I have two major concerns. Number one, I must admit that I am frustrated about receiving bill after bill after bill that wants to cut into the inherent powers of our governor. I recognize that we have differences of opinion about our governor. Certainly I'm one who believes that he's done an outstanding job. But to see many bills come through that want to pick at and try to weaken his power, I just think Mr. President's just wrong. I think those selections of members like the Epic Commission should be vested in the governor. He is the chief executive of the Commonwealth, voted upon duly by the people of this Commonwealth. Second problem I have with this bill. I recognize that sometimes we need exemptions from open record laws. I am not going to be a hypocrite here, okay? I'm not going to be a hypocrite. In the bill that I passed, Senate Bill 33, I had a preclusion in there from that bill being involved in open records for law. And I stated why that was the case. I said because when you have people in recovery residence centers, those are vulnerable people. And they've been exposed to people who have ill will and bad faith against them. They should be protected as they try to rechange and revamp their lives to be more productive citizens. Okay. Here, though, we don't have that same kind of concern about someone's individual safety or health or livelihood. We already have a provision in KRS Chapter 61 that provides for exclusion of preliminary work papers, preliminary negotiations, trade secrets of institutions. Those are already exempted. To say now that we're going to give a government, state-funded institution an exemption, from open records for laws, for those reasons, again, it's unnecessary, and it strikes against the fact that the public, if they're going to fund an agency, has a right to know what's going on. So my position today is not about the work Epic is doing, but it's about the fact that, one, this bill, again, cuts against the governor's powers, and two, it provides for an open records exemption that really is not necessary now, and again, denies the public the sunshine it deserves when it's funding an institution. So therefore, I vote no, and I encourage all other like-minded members like me to also vote no.
Senator from Perry.
Yes, Mr. President, I would wonder if the senator from Fayette 13 would yield to a question.
Senator from Fayette 13, will you yield to
Absolutely.
a question?
Absolutely.
Senator from Perry, he will yield.
I'm very thankful for that. Mr. President, what I'm curious about is we've been here for a minute and we've seen some really talented people that have come up in the Public Service Commission, and we've also seen if they get a little independent, they get fired. And I would wonder if the senator from Fayette 13 would like to elaborate on some recent firings where you take an individual who some may like or not, but obviously one of the most talented heads of the Public Service Commission that we've had, who gets fired at Kentucky but goes on and leads think tanks for Princeton and Harvard.
Senator from Fayette 13.
Mr. President, my response to that question is I can't speak to why a person gets dismissed or replaced, or why a person gets hired. That is certainly out of my purview. That's certainly not within my ability to make those kind of judgments. I would ask that the Senator Perry, if he asks that question, if he has any information about that I don't know about, maybe he knows reasons why. But again, that's outside my pay grade, and so as a result, I can't answer that question.
Senator from Perry.
Just follow up, if I may. That's about the answer that I expected, because I don't think anybody in this room or anybody in the state doesn't think for 1 second that you had a very talented individual there who got fired because they wouldn't do the bidding of a higher authority. Now, folks, listen, this pendulum swings back and forth. I'm confident we're going to have a Republican governor coming up just around the corner. This measure is as good for them as it is the next governor that comes down the line. We literally owe the Commonwealth of Kentucky better than this, but you can't just fire somebody that's that talented and leave us swinging in the wind. And luckily, we got a good candidate, but what if we didn't? So if you have any doubt whether or not politics is playing a key role here and should be stopped, at least to the best of our ability and still be fair, I think this measure doesn't go far enough, but I think that's one of the biggest travesties I've seen since I've been down there, and it'll be the benefit of another state, but it will not be ours. It was a comment to the bill.
There was no other question. he was making comment. He did not ask you to yield to another question. So is there any other member seeking recognition for the purpose of question or discussion on the bill? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Senator Boswell. Senator Carpenter. Senator Carroll. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Clemens. Senator Deneen. Senator Douglas. Senator Elkins. Senator Funky Fromeyer.
Senator from Campbell, please cast your vote, then explain.
Thank you, Mr. President. I vote aye, and I would like to acknowledge that this has been a real learning experience for me. This is my fourth year in this legislative process, and I recall spending some time with you and our sponsor of this legislation around the purpose of the EPIC Commission. And at that time, I have a bit of a fossil fuel background, so I was so excited about Kentucky's possibilities in the energy, but I truly didn't recognize the gravity of the federal regulations that were pressing so hard on Kentucky and so rapidly shutting down our coal plants. So the recognition that if we don't really understand or have a plan, yet we're inviting new business into Kentucky at a rapid rate, and then we, the legislature, have made incredible strides in meaningful legislation that is very inviting to industry into Kentucky, but yet we have no plan of how we're going to energize Kentucky. This has been great movement, and I regret that I voted no on it the first time around. So maybe I'm humbly apologizing to you, Mr. President, that I would like to vote yes today, and very appreciative that we're making it less political and much more meaningful to energy affordability, reliability for the state of Kentucky. Thank you.
Senator Girdler. Aye. Senator Givens. Aye. Senator Herron. No. Senator Higdon. Senator Howell. Aye. Senator Maiden. Aye. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Aye. Senator Meredith. Aye. Senator Mills. Aye. Senator Neal. Senator Nemes. Aye. Senator Nunn. Aye. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Aye. Senator Reed. Aye. Senator Richardson. Aye. Senator Smith. Aye. Senator Stivers.
Aye.
Senator Storm. Aye. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West.
Senator from Bourbon, please cast your vote, then explain.
Thank you, Mr. President. I vote yes. I'd like to express my thanks to the sponsor on this bill. The reason the EPIC Commission, which I participate in, the reason we're here today is to help with planning, and the reason we have to be here today is because the governor has had no plan. The governor's had no energy plan. And so we already have companies that we're having to turn away in West Kentucky because we do not currently produce enough power. If the governor was left to his own devices, 2 coal plants would be shuttered today. So it's through the good work of this legislative process and this legislature that we've been able to do some good things the past few years. And if the executive branch will not carry out their duties as an executive, then it's up to the legislature to chip in and help, and we need good information to do that. And so the EPIC Commission is only a information gathering entity. So they provide us good information. They really can't do anything to the people. All they do is provide us information, and so that's the reason for the open records items in there. Is we need good, solid information, and it's kind of like attorney-client privilege. We need for the entities coming to us to be open and robust and tell us exactly what they're thinking so we can make proper decisions. I vote aye.
Senator Wheeler.
Senator from Pike, please cast your vote, then explain. Limited to 3 minutes.
Cast an aye vote, Mr. President. Again, I would like to thank the senator from Henderson for this good piece of legislation, which I think goes a long way towards enforcing and encouraging the plan of EPIC to create an appropriate energy environment in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. You know, we've heard the complaints here today about bills that the legislature has passed to take away powers from the governor. And I think what is missing in that conversation is that under the Kentucky Constitution, Mr. President, as you've stated many times, the governor has, in fact, very few enumerated powers. In fact, the powers he has, I think, what you say, he controls the Kentucky Army and the Kentucky Navy and a few others, and those powers that are granted to him by the General Assembly. I think what's important about that is that the Constitution recognizes that those powers, in fact, you know, belong to the people's body, the legislature, to decide where they go to. And traditionally, and many times, those powers have been vested in the governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. But in the past few years, under the current governor, we have seen him abuse those powers and not cooperate with the will of the people's body. And in so doing, we have had to find ways to effectuate the will of the people that may not involve the governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Now, some people may say, is that our fault? No, I would actually say that's his fault. Because when you have bills come out of here, the General Assembly 80-20 in the House, 32-6 in the Senate, clearly there's a mandate of the people of the Commonwealth of Kentucky towards certain policies. And we have seen time after time this governor fail and willingly obfuscate the policies of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And if he continues to do so, I think that you will see this General Assembly act accordingly to make sure that those powers, which are in fact reserved to the people under the Kentucky Constitution to delegate to the appropriate officer of the executive branch, may be continued to be taken away. So this is a message. This is a message to get with the program of the people of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Governor Beshear. Start enforcing the will of the people as decided by the people's body. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Person seeking recognition, and there being 29 yeas, 6 nays, and 1 pass. Senate Bill 100 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. As the orders are displayed, I move that Senate Joint Resolution 62 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report Senate Joint Resolution 62.
Senate Joint Resolution 62, a joint resolution directing the Division of Water to provide recommendations and clear guidance on how local governments can more easily access jurisdictional streams and waterways for cleanup after a flood. Senator Maiden.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I yield to the Senator from Bell for explanation of the bill.
Bell, the chair recognizes you for the purpose of action on Senate Joint Resolution 62.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, as we all know, we've dealt with a lot of flooding the last 3 or 4 years all over our state, but specifically in eastern Kentucky, and especially in my district. Every time I have gone into any of my counties, the one thing that I hear the most of is what can we do to clean out our ditches, creeks, streams, and all of the remains that have been left from the flooding. So one morning, the gentleman from Clay and I were having breakfast, and we discussed it in the cafeteria, and we kind of felt like this might be the first step to getting started with that to address it. So between 2011 and 2025, Kentucky declared 21 federal major disasters due to flooding. And Kentucky has 5 of the top 10 counties in the nation with the highest number of major disaster declarations. Flooding and high water events deposit massive amounts of natural materials such as trees, logs, sediment, as well as construction materials, household waste, and even vehicles, hazardous material, and streams and waterways. Cleanup becomes essential to prevent massive debris, jams, and waterways and water pollution, and prevent infrastructure damage to the roads, bridges, and water treatment facilities, and even farmland. Communities across the Commonwealth are willing to contend with the challenges of cleaning up their waterways. However, the process of gaining permit and working with the state and federal agencies can be extremely complicated, to say the least. What this resolution does is direct the Energy and Environmental Cabinet's Division of Water to prepare a report for the General Assembly that details the process and mandates requirements for accessing waterways affected by flooding for debris and cleanup and removal. The report shall identify the federal and state permits required to using equipment and machinery in the waterway, the activities that are prohibited in the waterways, and requirements for removing debris and any special considerations when removing hazardous material. The report shall also include recommendations and guidance for potential legislation to make the process easier and more streamlined for state and local governments, including having a one-stop portal to make permit applications and dedicated staff to help administer permits requests to expedite matters to clean up after natural disasters. In 2022, we had 37 fatalities from that flood. In 2025, we had 33 fatalities from that flood. That does not include that several more that died during the cleanup process. Mr. President, we can no longer allow the loss of life and property to be less important than preserving a dace minnow or fish in our streams and waterways. I'm an avid sportsman, love to fish. But you know, we only get one life to live. We can replace fish and minnows, but we can't replace life. So, Mr. President, I ask for approval of Senate Joint Resolution 62. If there are any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
The motion for the body is on the adoption of Senate Joint Resolution number 62. Any member seeking recognition to speak on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg. Aye. Senator Boswell.
Senator from Davis, please cast your vote first and then explain within the allotted time.
I'd like to vote aye. I want to thank the senator from Bell. This is a very complicated issue. You've got so many rules with the EPA, with the Division of Water. Even local county attorneys are somewhat bound right now because they've ruled that you can't go on to private property to address problems that are a problem for the public. So thank you for this first step, and we've got a long way to go, but this is a good first step. Thank you.
Senator Carpenter. Aye. Senator Carroll. Aye. Senator Chambers Armstrong. Aye. Senator Clemens. Aye. Senator Deneen. Aye. Senator Douglas. Aye. Senator Elkins. Aye. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Aye. Senator Girdler. Aye. Senator Givens. Aye. Senator Herron. Aye. Senator Higdon. Aye. Senator Howell. Aye. Senator Maiden. Aye. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Aye. Senator McDaniel. Aye. Senator Meredith. Aye. Senator Mills. Aye. Senator Neal. Aye. Senator Nemus. Aye. Senator Nunn. Aye. Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Rawlings. Senator Reed. Aye. Senator Richardson. Aye. Senator Smith.
Senator from Perry, please cast your vote and explain.
Yes, I'd like to explain my aye vote. I had looked at some papers some time ago on the speeches and debates of Abraham Lincoln, and the earliest one I could find was him lobbying for strongly improving the internal improvements of our country, including clearing and dredging rivers to facilitate better transportation, commerce, and efficiency for log flow at the time. And this is a very important bill to my district. You know, we have suffered 2 floods. We hope it's the last. But the thing about it is we've had groups come in. I think the Army Corps came in and told us that dredging would not help us. Now, I think most people with gutters would tell you their gutter is going to flow a lot better when it doesn't have leaves in it. But I think that I will stay suit with the former President of the United States and just good science that by clearing these streams out are going to help us avoid what we've suffered twice already. Thank you for this piece of legislation.
Senator Stivers. Senator Storm. Senator Thomas. Senator Tishner. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Wheeler. Senator Williams. Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition to change or explain their vote? Seeing none, there being 38 yea votes, no nay votes, Senate Joint Resolution 62 is adopted. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Bill 261 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, please report Senate Bill 261.
Senate Bill 261, an act relating to pedestrian swinging bridges. Senator Stivers.
Senator from Taylor.
President, I yield to the Senator from Clay for explanation of the bill.
From Clay, you're recognized by the chair for the purpose of action on Senate Bill 261 and amendments thereto.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the body. First of all, would you please have the clerk report Senate Committee Substitute Number 1?
Mr. Clerk, please report.
Senate Committee Sub 1 to Senate Bill 261.
Senator from Clay.
Thank you, Mr. President. Really, Senate Committee Substitute Number 1 is technical in nature, and I would move for its adoption.
The motion for the body is on adoption of Senate Committee Substitute 1. All those in favor of the motion for adoption say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Senator from Clay.
Thank you, Mr. President. Some people are probably wondering, what is a swinging bridge? And I think maybe some of my colleagues from Jefferson County may think that, except maybe the senator from Jefferson 19, since she has a few roots in eastern Kentucky. But I say this because a couple of people from Louisville came down to visit with me because I wanted to ask how we could better use some ideas in our city, small town of Manchester, or tourism. So they may recognize, people from Louisville may recognize Cleo Battle's name or Rebecca Flashaker. When they got there, they were like, what's a swinging bridge? Well, people are going to think, well, what are you talking about in swinging bridge? Well, the senator from Bell just talked about floods. The senator from Perry just talked about floods in eastern Kentucky. When you're in the flatlands, and you think of this as being the flatlands, and I've used this example before, 3 or 4 inches, comes down on this piece of paper, it's 3 or 4 inches deep. But when you put the hills on each side of it, that 3 or 4 inches goes to the bottom, and it becomes 9 inches. Because you're taking the land area that is all of a sudden pushed, and then it goes down the stream, and all of a sudden, in these hard times when we've had floods, you will see floods that where the normal water level will be higher than this roof. And so on many occasions that this happens, and even when we don't have floods, just in some high water, bridges were built to barely go across the normal water depth of the river. So on high water, it gets covered. In floods, it gets covered and sometimes washed out altogether. We spent, and I think several of us went down in the floods of a couple years ago, flew eastern Kentucky and saw how many bridges were gone. So swinging bridges are that attempt to be able to get from one side of the river to the other side of the river when you have high water or floods. It becomes, I don't want to say critical, but it does become important to reaching your house or people who are in need. And the problem here is that one abutment is generally on public property. I use U.S. Highway 421, what actually goes through this town, actually goes all the way up to Madison, Indiana, and goes to Harlan, Kentucky. So the one abutment will be there. The other abutment will be on maybe my property as the local farmer. But many people will live on that side of the river, and they'll all use that swinging bridge during high water or during floods to be able to traverse from one side to the other, to get to work, to get to the grocery store, or maybe even get to medical care. But what has happened over the years, and it became very apparent that when these bridges were needed during high water or floods, nobody knew who to maintain them, who to keep them up. They were, in many cases, kind of dangerous. But they were needed at that point in time, and what this bill does, it clarifies that this can be used for public use, and public monies can be used on them to maintain them. It's simple when you think about it, but it is important to a lot of people in the mountains of eastern Kentucky to have this type of access for foot transportation, because it happens to us quite often that we need this access from one side of the road to the other side of the road or other side of the river for purpose of ingress and egress. It also covers, and I go back to Cleo Battle and Rebecca Flashacre, they thought it was a great tourism event to be able to walk on a swinging bridge. When we grew up, you'd like to walk across the swinging bridge and drop rocks down in the river and see the splash because they're 30 and 40 feet above. And people would come there and they literally do swing. So we give them the tourism protections because they can also be that of the Tourism Act for liability purposes. It allows cities and counties, municipalities, and other entities to expend monies on these bridges. So, because nobody really knows who the owner is. And with that, Mr. President, if there are any questions, I would gladly accept them. If there are not, I would move passage of Senate Bill 261 as amended by Senate Committee Substitute Number 1.
The motion before the body is on the passage of Senate Bill 261 as amended. Any members of the body seeking recognition to speak on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg, Senator Boswell, Senator Carpenter, Senator Carroll, Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Clemens, Senator Deneen, Senator Douglas, Senator Elkins, Senator Funky Fromeyer, Senator Girdler, Senator Givens, Senator Herron, Senator Higdon, Senator Howell, Senator Maiden, Senator Mays Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Mills, Senator Neal, Senator Nemes, Senator Nunn, Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Rawlings, Senator Reed, Senator Richardson, Senator Smith, Senator Stivers, Senator Storm, Senator Thomas, Senator Tishner, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Wheeler, Senator Williams, Senator Wilson, Senator Wise.
Any member seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote? Appears no other members are seeking recognition. There being 37 yea votes, no nay votes, Senate Bill 261 as amended is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, that concludes the orders of the day.
Thank you, sir. The next order of business is meeting of Rules Committee and Committee on Committees. We need a motion, Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, with that, I move that the Senate recess for meeting of the Rules Committee and Committee on Committees at the clerk's desk, please.
The Senate shall stand in recess until the call of the chair for the aforementioned committee meetings.
Body shall come to order. Next order of business is report of committees. Mr. Clerk, please report.
The Rules Committee has met and posted the following bills to the regular orders for Friday, March 13th, 2026. Senate Bill 77, Senate Bill 147, Senate Bill 149, Senate Bill 222, Senate Joint Resolution 75, and Senate Joint Resolution 134. Also, the Rules Committee has posted the following bills for Monday. The following bills to the regular orders for Monday, March 16th, 2026. Senate Bill 233 and Senate Joint Resolution 139.
Mr. Clerk, does that conclude your report?
I have the Committee on Committees report. Committee on Committees has met and referred the following resolutions to the Senate floor. Senate Resolutions 155, 156, 157, and 158.
Thank you, sir. Next order of business is motions, petitions, resolutions, communications, and announcements. Senator from Fayette, 13.
A simple co-sponsored request, please, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
With permission of the primary sponsor, I move to be added as a co-sponsor of Senate Bill 290. I have the proper paperwork.
Without objection, so ordered. Senator from Campbell. Senator from Campbell, you have an announcement?
Thank you, Mr. President. To address the body,
Please proceed.
unbelievably, it is Thursday, and unbelievably, we have a beautiful, delicious breakfast made by our Kentucky State Park employees, but it's hosted and sponsored by our Kentucky State Police Professional Association, Mr. President. So I'm hoping that our legislative body and all will join me for breakfast in the morning, and I'll get there around 7:15 if you'd like to join me, Mr. President.
Thank you. Members, please take note. Senator from Laurel. There you are. Wait, there we go. Senator from Laurel. I think you can use your microphone now.
Announcement, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Mr. President, the Judiciary Committee will meet tomorrow upon adjournment. Tomorrow upon adjournment.
Members, please take note. No other members seeking recognition in this order of business. We will go to floor amendments. Mr. Clerk, do we have any new floor amendments that have been filed?
I have one.
Please report that amendment.
Senate Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 648. Senator Storm.
Do we have any new resolutions?
We have 4.
Please report those resolutions.
Senate Resolution 161, resolution honoring Dave Baker, Dave Buzz Baker, for 37 years of exemplary service as pregame host for the UK Sports Network. Senate Resolution 162. Excuse me, that was sponsored by Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senate Resolution 162, resolution honoring Pastor Richard Gaines on the occasion of his 30th anniversary at Consolidated Baptist Church, Senator Thomas. Senate Resolution 163, resolution honoring the Morehead State University men's basketball team, the 2026 Ohio Valley Conference regular season champions, Senator Webb. Senate Resolution 164, resolution recognizing March 19th, 2026 as Random Acts of Cody Kindness Day in Kentucky in honor of Cody Reeves Gallew. Senator Webb.
Does that conclude your report on our resolutions?
I do have one more.
Please report that.
No, I'm sorry. I did not erase that yet. We've already reported that.
Okay, no other resolutions, no other amendments?
Nope.
Then the next order of business is adjournment. But prior to that, Chair would recognize anyone seeking recognition for the purpose of bringing any business before this body. Seeing none. Senator from Taylor, do you have a motion?
Mr. President, I move to the Senate adjourn until 9 a.m. Friday, March the 13th, year of our Lord, 2026.
Without objection, this Senate shall stand adjourned till the hour of 9 a.m. Friday, March 13th, year of